everyone. So I wanted to just give a quick update. I finished my Judith cardigan, the second sample. It's a short sleeved one. Doesn't have any buttons currently. So I'm thinking of getting some snaps to attach so it can close, but you won't have like buttons, because I kind of like the no button look. With the scraps of both sweaters, I made a chart because I had an idea in my brain, and this is basically the idea. Yeah. So it's a flower. Finish the first flower so you can see, and then here's the start of the second flower, so they'll be like staggered. And this I want to make into kind of like a t-shirt maybe. So this is the back piece, and so it's like a drop shoulder like my Judith cardigan, but it's a true drop shoulder. It's not like a modified drop or sloped like the Judith samples, because the pattern, I could have made it the same way, but it's a little complicated, more complicated than it needed to be, so we just went with this. The idea is to have something really floral and fun, and I guess I can wear it with either cardigan, and you'll see, like, yeah, so that should be fun. Like, what if I made it a hat? Just like, I want it as a shirt, so there we go. So those are the things that have been happening. And then you saw in the clip before this probably, I was working on a little tiny canvas, which is not going as well as I thought it would. And we move on. So working on that. This is the first time I've ever painted hands, like, at all. So I'm struggling, but they came out significantly better than I thought they would, considering this is my first time ever painting hands. And that's someone who grew up making art and like learning art. I took a jewelry class in high school. I wanted to do something else. So painting hands has been difficult, but we're learning. Okay. Yes. So something that has been on my brain for the past, I guess, like month or so, since starting this channel and having, you know, my work and like having it focused on like studio work, like painting, and, you know, there's knitting and there's reading, still making my way through the Simalorian, partly because I don't know, I guess I just like slowed down reading it because I was finishing my Judith, or actually I have no idea. It's just, these things just happen. But since I've been making videos and sharing more of like the painting work that I'm making, which is like the important part of my creative practice and the meat and potatoes, I guess, in some ways, I've been like struggling over the past few months of like feeling really super excited at the beginning of the year of like painting every day, or painting every week, and like doing all of this, but then in some ways, not like reality set in, but like the thought of my work is religious in nature, and because it's religious in nature, my work inherently has less value to my viewers, because people don't really engage or practice religion nowadays, and so, or Christianity, Catholicism in my case. And so because of that, you know, people who make work about memory and place and architecture, or even abstract work, their work is inherently more valuable because it's about things that people actually care about or are more interested in. And so I, as a painter, don't have that same look because I make religious work. And I don't even think that that's true, but because I don't see in like a lot of the gallery settings people making work about Christian stuff in general in a way that's positive. So with that in mind, my work immediately has less value and is not worthy of sharing or worthy of even talking about. You know, I've noticed that people talk about their work when they make it. I've been watching a lot of painters here on the YouTubes because I love watching studio vlogs. That's why I started mine. But they often talk about what they're working on and like why they make what they do. And I haven't felt that I can do that because my work is religious in subject matter and in nature. And also I've been struggling because I am drawn, if you can hear the wind chimes. Okay, sorry. It's May. The window is open. Happy May. Also, I'm a large scale painter. I like to paint canvases that are, 4 feet wide, maybe even 6 feet tall. And so I am limited by the scale that I can create. So I have to create smaller pieces, which don't have as much of the impact that I want them to have. And so with the limitations in scale and with my work not feeling valuable in the way that other people's work feels, I feel less inclined to create, which doesn't help this, which I want to keep doing because I really love sharing. And I think I really started to feel that when I finished that big painting that I was making about the Assumption painting I was making with like Mary and Jesus hugging. I feel that after I did that painting, you have no idea what that painting is about. Why did I make that painting? It just appears, and there's no context for anything that you're seeing. Partly because I don't know if you even want context. So that's where I am, and that is why I kind of stopped making, because I stopped making videos because I wasn't painting or making anything. And I think secretly a reason that I bought my sketchbook is so that I could make less religious work and have more to share here. But I don't want that to happen because that's like the bulk of my work. Like there's even a sketch in my sketchbook about a painting of Lazarus I want to make, and there's literally like a sketch of me sketching the preparation for for the Eucharist, this little sketch from Mass this Sunday. Not yesterday, on Sunday. It's Wednesday. My brain is still thinking it's Monday. I don't know. But because my work is religious in nature, it feels like it is incredibly less valuable and means nothing and will give you all nothing, which isn't true. I think all work has value. I guess in some ways it's not as relatable as people who make work about everyday things, like focusing more on architecture and people in architecture. Space, time, and memory are themes that I see come up a lot, and those are really interesting as well. So, and also I would prefer to paint huge paintings that, are gigantic. And I'm, as an artist and as a person, am less interested in having my work be, like the art of the past that's very neat and very clean and very, like lots of Madonnas and clouds and pooties and all of that. Like I'm not interested in that. More so I'm interested in having artwork that has people that look like me in them, because a lot of the people who exist in these biblical stories did look like me. So that is the point of why I make the work that I do. And I'm more interested in like the grittiness of what happens in the Gospels, not necessarily like the clean cutness of it all. But that being said, I did paint a painting of Mary and Jesus being reunited, and it was in a open space and there was light and yeah, whatever. But it just depends. If you go on my Instagram, you'll see that that's not always the case. But that's all I have to say. If you also struggle with these things, let me know. I'll probably put in here somewhere eventually the sketch that I made. So that's all I have. There'll probably be more after this, because I do plan on like keep working on this, and it looks so cool that I want to keep sharing it. So yeah, that's all I have for now. I'm gonna go eat dinner. Well, dinner is cooking. It is nowhere near done. But for all you know, I'm gonna go eat dinner. So that's everything for now, and everything that has been going on and why I haven't been sharing as much, because not being able to paint a 4-foot painting really dampens your motivation and your creativity. I'll settle for even like a foot, 2 feet, but like an 18 by 24 inch canvas, it's just too small. So, alright, that's all I have. Bye-bye.